Well, hey, welcome back to Almost Above Average. You know what I figured we'd do today is a little solo video. I've been following this creator on Substack for a while now, and I really like his take. It's different than mine, so I want to share that with you. This creator's name is Anthony Christian. I just want to go through his latest publication. This was posted August 4th. That was yesterday. So, The Monday Narrative Brief: Why We Keep Losing by Anthony Christian. Narrative disparity: Why We Keep Losing. House Democrats. Republican Marilyn Strickland explaining Republicans breaking their promises to lower costs with the big ugly law. Here's a tweet from the House GOP. Unchecked, unvetted, out of control, this is lawlessness. This is not just a messaging gap. It's a war for the public mind, and one side showed up armed. All right. The language divide. One side speaks power, the other hopes you'll listen. What we are seeing, the House GOP isn't just messaging. They're dominating the entire narrative terrain, using emotionally loaded, militarized, declarative language designed to seize attention and reframe reality. Meanwhile, House Democrats are posting content that feels like it was workshopped by a committee of interns afraid to offend a donor. This is the problem. Scroll their social feeds, compare side by side. One side is fighting a war, the other is writing a brochure. That would be the Democrats. We will not win a damn thing until this changes. Whoever is running the House Dems Twitter and Blue Sky accounts needs to be fired, full stop. If they think those posts are going to move the needle in 2025, they do not understand the moment we're in. And if leadership is nodding along, they don't either. I'm going to keep saying this until it breaks through because it has to. The truth, they won't change. Not in time. They'll lose again in 2026. The only question is, who survives the collapse? The ones who understand this moment, who see the battlefield, will take this message and run with it. Everyone else will vanish under a pile of polite press releases and donor-tested talking points. There is no magic headline coming to save the Democrats from themselves. No turning point that will wake them up. Nothing. We're not preparing for a comeback. We're preparing for a prolonged occupation, which means seeding action now, building new muscle now, and finding the next fighters now. This is how we survive, and this is how we win later. There's a couple tweets. Here's a tweet from the House Democrats account. Looks like it's a X. Yeah, it's a tweet. On today's Democratic Daily Download, Republican Marilyn Strickland explains how Republicans are breaking their promise to lower costs with big ugly law that makes life more expensive. So that post, there's no teeth in that post. There's nothing. That is not effective messaging, in my opinion. Here's another post by the House Democrats. Cutting Medicaid isn't just bad for public health, it hurts the whole economy. On today's Democratic Daily Download, Republican Mila Skies, Blue Sky, explains how Medicaid cuts will cause hospitals to close and people to lose their jobs. Okay, giving information. We're not in an environment to be giving information in the hopes that you're going to change people's minds. We are not fighting a fair fight as far as the MAGA sphere is concerned. They're not fighting fair. That messaging, I don't know who that's for. I'm a Democrat. I don't care about that post. I don't know anyone who would. We are talking about Epstein right now. We're talking about government corruption. We're talking about a whole slew of governmental corruption. Our Fox News is basically our government at this point. So, yeah, I agree with that. The Democrats, they got to get better at messaging. They got to start cutting deep. They got to start taking shots. It looks like Governor Newsom has been out there, and his tweets have been pretty sharp and poignant. And I like the way he's messaging lately. These are examples of the opposition, House Democrats in the last 48 hours. Republican Amelia Skies explains how Medicaid cuts will cause hospitals to close. Passive, cautious, academic. No punch. That's what I was just saying. No villain, no urgency, no stakes. Republican Norcross, or Representative Norcross, explains how the Republicans are holding back as a toddler phrase. Say sabotaging wages, blocking raises, keeping Americans poor. Representative Strickland explains how the Republicans are breaking their promise. Breaking their promise is wedding language. Say lied, betrayed, sold you out. These are quiet, technical clips with no forward-facing energy. You cannot out-administer fascism. It will not work and continue doing the same shit you've always done will get you the same results. Here's some messaging from the House GOP on social media. California. At the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, Chairman Representative Jason Smith and Ways and Means GOP heard firsthand from farmers, small business owners, and manufacturers about how one big, beautiful bill will unleash American economic greatness and deliver prosperity. Representative Roger Williams, the big, beautiful bill is the most pro-family and pro-worker legislation ever crafted and signed into law. At POTUS and at the House GOP are fulfilling the mandate given by the American people to restore economic prosperity, support small businesses, secure our border, and unleash America. See, they're just lying, but they have doing it in unison. At least they're lying and they all are sticking to the message. I'm not supporting the GOP. I'm just saying at least their messaging is on board with each other. The U.S. Border Patrol apprehensions at the southwest border hit a new record low last month. See, that's punchy. The historic Biden-Harris border crisis is now a thing of the past. All we needed was a new administration to enforce the law. All we needed was a new administration to enforce the law. The Biden-Harris border crisis is now a thing of the past. Unleash economic greatness. Most pro-family and pro-worker legislation ever signed into law. Mandate from the American people. See how their messaging is just simple phrases that people will remember and they'll associate with the GOP doing a good job. But their messaging is clear. It's just say simple shit that people connect with. That's my opinion. This is emotional, heroic, commanding. It assumes the win and punishes dissent. These lies are what you are up against if you think for a second that posting the shit you've been posting is going to move the needle. You are mistaken. You don't know better and your teams don't know any better. I need to be crystal clear about that. Whomever you have running marketing should be fired immediately because they don't get this moment, and to think they will suddenly rise is asinine. We are 8 months in to the first American regime in history, and you're still playing like it's fucking 2012. The core difference? GOP language and Democratic language. Mandate from the people. Democratic daily download. Unleash prosperity. Explains how. Biden failed you. Could cause problems. Biden failed you. Holding them back. Most pro-worker ever. Fighting for. The difference in the narrative tone between the two sides is massive and strategic. House Republicans, they're framing, every post is framed as a win for the people. They're enforcing law, restoring prosperity, unleashing greatness. Messaging discipline for the GOP, they repeat phrases like the big, beautiful bill, restore prosperity, border secured, mandate from the American people. All talking points. Emotional weight, words like crisis, lawlessness, felon, mandate, and unleash carry a lot of force. And visuals, smiling Trump, working class settings, American flags, and industrial backdrops sell a vision of strength and productivity. In the House Democrats, seriously, what the fuck is happening here? Who is coming up with this shit? The sad part about this is you have to be the same people running strategy from 2019, but you need a wartime strategist who specializes in fighting propaganda. Get your heads out. Here's the framing from the House Democrats. Reactive, focused on harms and warnings. Cuts will hurt. Prices are going up. Democracy is at stake. And the tone is defensive, institutional, and overly polished. The narrative fragmentation, there's no unifying name or label for what they're opposing or proposing. Every single comment should name the GOP and their elected leaders. And they're missing urgency. Videos feel like internal memos. There's no call to arms, no enemy named, and no emotion evoked. The audience is not built for working class attention spans. It's content for committees and not communities. The viral clips we get are committee moments or floor moments. The rest is shit. And what this means? Narrative power isn't just about facts, it's about frame and force. The regime doesn't waste people's time begging people to understand. They straight up spit in your face and tell you what it is, repeat it, and dare you to challenge it. You cannot infect the minds of persuadables to suddenly vote for your guy if you're afraid to name the problem. The Democrats, still using the word explain in a propaganda war. The regime is running a declaration machine. The opposition is running a book club. That's powerful. That's kind of why I wanted to share this with everyone. But if you made it this far, please hit subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. I really like this guy's take. His name is Anthony Christian. You can find him on Substack. I will link it in the show notes. But I liked his opinion, and I thought it was important to share with the almost above average crew. All right, section 2, the silence strategy. No one is coming, and that's a damn problem. Some context. Over the last 72 hours, the regime has been everywhere. TV hits, social media blasts, event tours, and message discipline like clockwork. They run circles around the Democrats, and this is for a reason. And the Democrats? Crickets. No top brass interviews, no sustained messaging, not even reactive pressure. The most telling sign? No Democratic surrogates appear on the Sunday news, on the Sunday shows. Again, don't tell me you saw one leader and that's your gotcha, because I'm talking about coordinated pressure from the only opposition in power right now. And what this silence signals? Number one, narrative surrender. You don't get to frame the future if you're too scared to speak in the present. Number two, vacuum of leadership. When the electeds vanish, panic spreads. The base fills the void with chaos, disinformation, or worse, nothing. It's not different than the 2024 election results. All it's doing is spreading inside our own bubble. It's been this way since 2016. And number three, the performance gap. Trump world is acting like it runs the country, because it does. The Democrats are acting like it's still in student government. And the strategy anchor, use the phrase, the great silence, to describe this vacuum, because that's what it is. Our influencers use the right language, but it ends there. Because leadership is on the House floor yelling, and when the first camera is in their face, it's the high school student council tone. They call it message discipline. We call it cowardice disguised as caution. I agree with that so much. The Democrats, they come out and they're way too polished. They're just, they want to be too nice. And I think that's my biggest problem. It's like the other side isn't being nice. They're being corrupt and they're being brazen. They're doing whatever they want. So the Democratic side, you can't oppose that with reason and logic. You can't approach the American people like, yeah, I know they're burning everything down and torching our Constitution, but we still need to stand on our principles and our morals. Like, I get that, but we're not going to win that way. We have to fight like they fight, or worse. I don't think we need to break laws like they do, but our messaging needs to be sharper. We need to cut deeper. The great silence is what happens when a political party trades its voice for access and gets neither. Section 3, use the damn base. The power you ignore is the power you deserve to lose. For context, you've got millions of people pissed off, fired up, and paying attention. But instead of being mobilized, they're being managed. And that's the problem. The base isn't just a source of donations or retweets, it's a weapon. But right now, it's sitting in the sheath, while the other side swings nonstop. Watch a single interview. Scroll a single post. This isn't how you fight a propaganda war in a media ecosystem built for headlines. You don't react to the narrative, you become it. You make the headline by acting as one. And let's be honest, every single bill this regime has passed, every budget, every amendment, every clause in the SAVE Act or the crypto bill only passed because Democrats helped them do it. These aren't one-offs. They're pieces of a consolidation blueprint. Some suggested strategic rules for using the base. Number one, stop posting for applause. Start posting for pressure. Viral doesn't mean valuable. The only metric that matters, did it change something? Number two, train the base to flood, not flatter. Call to action means targeted tags, quote tweets, real asks, no more like and share. Train people to say, 1,000 children died waiting for aid. Where are you? Number three, don't compete with the base. Coordinate it. Influencers, organizers, and electeds shouldn't fight for clout. They should sync messages like a live fire drill. Drop scripts, share talking points, move as one. Let the base be emotional. Rage is fuel. Grief is gravity. If your message is sanitized for donors, you've already lost. Give people a script that lets them cry, yell, demand, and still land a blow. Number five, seed one message a day. Then point all eyes to it. One story, one villain. One question every leader has to answer. That's how you win the day. The regime posts to dominate, and the Dems post to inform. One wins the day, the other doesn't even show up. The story isn't theirs unless we let them write it. Use the base or lose the war. This was the first narrative brief, and it was a pain in the ass to get out. It could have been 10 pages long and filled with actionable narratives. But see, it's not the base that needs these things. It's the number two party in power. And if you've made it this far, this work is independent, unfiltered, and unapologetic, focused on the truth, not what donors or party consultants want to hear. There are no corporate sponsors, no PACs, no team of editors messaging the message, just strategy, clarity, and guts. Publish week after week to help people fight smarter. If you want to help amplify this work and build the infrastructure to fight disinformation and disconnection, becoming a paid member, subscriber, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm going to link him in the show notes, but I just wanted to share that with everyone. I thought he had a really interesting take on the messaging war that is happening, and I think he's 100% correct. The Democrats are not messaging effectively. When I see, some of the Democrats that I follow, that I respect, all their posts are the same. It's just trying to give information and make everybody feel better. When what's going to make me feel better is when I start seeing these guys fight back the way Gavin Newsom is doing right now. If you look at his Twitter feed, he's quote tweeting to Trump, to some of his other sycophants with fire. He's bringing teeth to this fight. And I think that's the way the Democrats are going to have to enter this war. They're not fighting right now. They're just being beat down by the GOP messaging machine and Fox News. So anyway, I appreciate if you made it this far in the video. My name is Chris McIntyre, and this is the Almost Above Average podcast. Normally, I have Jonathan Travis in here with me, but I was just reading this article, and it motivated me and it inspired me, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please hit subscribe. We're trying to build a pro-democracy channel like a lot of the other pro-democracy channels that are out there. I've been doing this for a couple years now. We're starting to get a little bit of traction. I would super appreciate if you did subscribe and share some of this stuff. Leave a comment. I'd love to respond to them in the comment section. But yeah, we'll see you on the next video. My name is Chris McIntyre, Almost Above Average. Peace.